Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the 12-Man Podcast. I'm Blaine. I'm here with my man Brooks. And today we got a lot to talk about. So, first things first, if you didn't already know, Chelsea, champions of Europe. They did it again. Seems like every 10 or so years they're looking to get that championship in the Champions League. Knocked Man City out with ease. There are a couple controversial plays throughout the game. So let's get into it and talk about how the Blues went all the way to the top of Europe. So first things first, Kai Havertz with the goal, a beautiful assist from Mason Mount, tapped it in. That's basically the highlight of the game. The only other highlight I think Brooks and I was like, did you see when Kevin De Bruyne got tackled by Tony Rudiger?
Came with a black eye.
Fractured his face, broke his orbital. Is this your orbital? It's like the shoulder.
Oh man, I didn't know he broke anything. I just got up here looking like he just went 12 rounds.
The dude looked like he was taking part in fight night, man. That was sad. It was sad to see him go out like that.
It was sad.
It was sad. Truth is, go.
Oh no, I was gonna say, but that through ball from Mason Mount though, that was unbelievable. He sliced him apart.
Bro, it was like Moses had opened the Red Sea or whatever sea it is, dude. That thing just shot through.
Perfect ball, perfectly weighted. Kai Havertz. I love that kid. I think that he's so good. I don't think he gets enough chances yet, but man, I'm glad that he scored. Glad it wasn't Timo Werner. I mean, yeah, I will have to say, I didn't think Chelsea would do it on the last podcast. I think we both were thinking they were going to get run over. I will give you credit though, because people don't know this, but we were obviously texting beforehand, and you were like, before even we shot the podcast, and you were like, listen, the last time they basically didn't make Europe, and they had a new coach halfway through, like they won the Champions League. So you kind of called it. You just didn't say it on camera. So I got to give you the credit right now that you did call it. You knew it would happen. Maybe there was a little bit of doubt, but that through ball was amazing. The left and right backs really shut down City. I never have seen City not be able to perform like that. Like Chelsea kind of had them pegged the whole game. What was Pep thinking, I guess, initially with that starting lineup? I don't know, whatever. Chelsea outplayed them. That was a really great through ball. Timo Werner came off, which I think we weren't surprised about, but
no. Not at all. Well, bro, but the defensive effort, dude, Phil Foden was almost in. Rudiger tackle from out of this world.
Man.
Reece James had Raheem in his pocket for the whole 75 or however long he was on the field. Man, Sterling got one errant crossing, and that was it. On the other side, it was disgusting. And then we got to talk about my man N'Golo Kante. He was everywhere. He was literally everywhere, running full speed like a horse on the track from start to finish. They couldn't do anything to stop him. Typical. Standard, but I might be a little biased, but I'm saying Chelsea aren't where they are this season without him.
Right.
I don't know, I feel like everyone loves Conte. He's like football fans love him, community loves him. I think this might be his year, man. A Chelsea player might go in Ballon d'Or this season, depending on how the Euros go and how they start the season. But we already talked about. I think France is primed to get the Euros too. I feel like that's a shoo-in. But let me say one more thing because I'm talking too much. Back to what you were saying about the what we talked about off camera and Chelsea potentially winning the Champions League. And I don't know if you know this about me, but there's one more superstition that I'm religious about.
What's that?
So if a team's playing and I really want them to win, I don't wear their jersey. I don't wear their jersey that day.
Yeah.
I wear the opposition. So
really?
I pulled up with the Man City kit for the game. Sat there the whole game with the.
Where
kit
were
on.
you?
So I was at my house in the basement and had a few people over, real casual, and few City fans in the house, and they were telling me to take the jersey off because they know about the superstition. They call it the curse. So I came down with the jersey on.
They already knew.
Sat down. I was like, "Yo, let's go!" And then it was a Kevin De Bruyne jersey. So the curse, he got taken out. And
how do
they
you feel
lost.
about that?
And everyone knows I love KDB, man, but business is business. I had to do it.
Yeah.
The jersey's been retired now. I'll never wear it again. I got like 5 more though, all KDB. So if this happens again, we got
Wow.
ammunition in the vault. That's all. So anyway,
Yeah, that was rough. That was rough to see. I felt bad for KDB. I mean, there's a lot of things that I don't know. I'm kind of the same way. Like I don't. One of my superstitions is I don't watch the games with anyone. Like I'm never.
Okay.
I don't watch the games with anyone. Grace will be sitting by me occasionally, but like I remember that just a couple weeks ago when PSG played City in the Champions League, Chris and I were there's like this weird soccer bar and it just like in Midtown,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I know I didn't tell him this, but I'm like PSG gonna lose because I'm watching with you and I'm not in like my spot, my spot, whatever. But yeah,
Chris. Chris brought the curse, man. Chris, you got to know better. Next year, you got to watch it at home. Shout out to Chris.
shout out
Haven't
to
seen Chris in a few years.
Big France fan.
All right, then let's go. Euros 2020 and 2021.
Yeah, I think you kind of hit it right on the head. I would love to see Conte win. I would love to see like a defensive powerhouse win that award. I think that you're right though. If he keeps performing and France perform how we know that they can perform and how they did in the World Cup, I mean, he would. I don't know who else would kind of overthrow him for that award. That would be really incredible to see it. I mean, I was thinking Mbappe until these Conte performances kept coming through.
Yeah. I mean,
Holland.
or Holland, yeah. Or alternatively, I mean, we'll give a nod to your boy in the blue, the Argentine blue. If by some miracle, if Argentina, if Messi was somehow able to get a major trophy for Argentina, they won Copa America. Maybe he does it again and gets us at 7 for him if he does that.
But I think that one of the things that sucks right now is it was supposed to be partially in Argentina, and you just gave me the news that they've decided on Brazil of all places. I mean, that sucks for him.
So, yep, because the last Copa was in Brazil. Brazil won that Copa. 2 years later, or 2.5 or 3, or I don't remember the exact cadence, but yeah, scheduled for Argentina. Messi's primed for one last opportunity.
One last one. Yeah.
And the commission says it can't be here because of COVID, and they move it to Brazil. But it's because of COVID.
Yeah, I mean Brazil's just as bad, but I mean I don't know. I was hoping it would come to America so that we could see some games, but it looks like that's not going to happen. But if Messi's going to win an international trophy, like I mean, there's no more excuses now. Like I don't care if it's in Brazil, I don't care if it's in Spain, I don't care if it's in America. Like you still have to beat the best teams, and you got to get your top level. So no matter where it is, like he's played in the most harsh conditions out there. Taking off the jersey after he scored at the Bernabeu. So, I mean, he's got to be able to do this, this last run here.
Yeah. It's do or die, man.
It is.
Basically, he has 18 months to make it happen. It's either this summer or next winter in Qatar, if the World Cup still happens in Qatar next winter, which is still weird. But that's a conversation for a different day. We don't need to talk about Qatar, the World Cup, but so I guess last note on the Copa then, is that your prediction? Who do you call them before the tournament starts? Who do you think?
I only ever say Argentina.
All right, there you go.
Argentina for life. I think that they. I think they do have a good shot at it. I still don't think they picked Icardi again, right? I think he was left out of the provisional squad like usual. So was Rui. I think that's a really great goalkeeper. But I mean, hey, this is just the pain of being an Argentina fan. There's a lot of good options out there, and some of the ones you think are going to really be able to perform aren't chosen. But I still will go with them till the end. So Argentina.
All right, I'll be Celeste. Well, probably goes without saying for those of you that know me, but I'm rolling with Brazil. Let's go. No disrespect.
I'll just say as long as it's not Brazil, I'm good.
It's probably going to be Brazil.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, it's going to be a good tournament. I love the Copa America. Every time it comes around, it's high energy, high drama. Always I feel like there's always like a heartbreak moment in every Copa America too. So I mean, I don't like watching other
Always.
people suffer, but I kind of like watching. I kind of like watching the sad parts. Yeah, I'm a bad person.
So you were a fan when Messi kicked it over the.
Ooh wee, bro! I stopped it, rewound it, and watched it like 20 times.
It's messed up.
Oh, dude, I infiltrated like some Facebook group of like Argentine soccer fans
you're
and
that
posted
guy?
a GIF. I do it to everyone. I did it to. Well, I guess no. You know what? I'm just gonna stop. Listen, I'm gonna change. I'm a rehabilitate. It's not nice to do. People could do
Grown man.
A grown man out here hazing like teenage fans. I need to knock that off, but yeah, I like watching that except with, like when Neymar broke his back, man, I was the one in tears when he broke his back in the World Cup in 2014? That was sad for me. So like I was the one in tears, and like you had people putting memes on Twitter, and I was like blocking people left and right. So yeah, I gotta knock that off. Well, we'll be watching the tournament. You know, I'm not too proud. If Messi, I'll say this: I would like to see Messi win. I would like to see him win. I'd like to see him win something for his country. And you know, if he could do it, I'd be happy for him. I'm just saying, I'm putting my money on them Brasileiros. That's all I'm saying. Is I'm putting.
Do you think that if Messi doesn't win an international tournament, that's like it's like a stain on his career, or it will prohibit him from ever being in the conversation of being the best ever?
I think it's nonsense. So that's the thing, dude. I think I get a little bit conflicted because I'm like, there's tons. So like, I mean, the argument could be like, Argentina is a country that should have the resources to win a major tournament. But like, if like it may be, I don't, you know, I wasn't there to watch Maradona back in the day. I've seen highlights, but like, highlights are one thing. Watching a full game, all I'm saying is like, they don't really have defenders like that. So.
No.
So it's like every other country, I mean, maybe like, say like if Argentina's like attackers are like 10 out of 10 and every other country is like 9 or 8. But then like Argentina's defenders are like 3 or 4s and everyone else's are like 9s and 8s. It's like the fact that you got like the best attacking players in the world really doesn't matter. And like, so like, I'm like, for me, like I don't blame him at all. I blame Gonzalo Higuain wholly and fully for him not winning. And like you can't put that on Lionel Messi. Like that should have been like he should have had a World Cup.
He should have had a World Cup.
Like that's
you blame Gonzalo Higuain twice. One offside and then one.
Yeah. Like that was like that was one time where I actually did feel really bad because I was like, I felt bad for Gonzalo because I'm like, dude, I hope you don't like get shot down in the street for this because
people have been shot for less when it comes to soccer.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, to me, Messi will always be like at least top 3. Mm-hmm. And if someone says that he's not because he hasn't won a major trophy for his country, it's like, bro, like that's out of his control. Like he has drag that team up by the scruff of their necks time and time again. He single-handedly beat Nigeria in one tournament. He's beaten several teams single-handedly. Yeah. And he's done the same thing for Barcelona. So for me, it's like it's not debatable whether he's like a top 3 player of all time for now. Like who knows what might happen like 20 years from now. But yeah, to say it because you didn't win something for your country because you've set guys up to succeed and they've famously or infamously screwed. I won't say that. Yeah. That's probably not the right thing to say, but messed up.
Twice in one game, this guy. But yeah, I'm with you on that. Also, one thing that I don't understand is like, I mean, he's had a ton of coaches too. I mean, and all those coaches have different systems and they choose different players. Like you look at Germany, who's won everything, and they've had the same guy coaching them for years and years. So yeah, 2014 though, that was the closest I mean, still to this day, I'm like, he won't have a better chance than he did at 2014. He was on a different level in 2014. The team looked really amazing in 2014. They had a little bit more of a stronger back line into 2014. Javier Mascherano, I mean, that guy alone, I wish I wish that we had someone that could play like him. But
Yeah.
2014, Higuain missing it, Higuain then going offside, Higuain not knowing how to like keep his line. That final was so frustrating. But anyway, we don't need to be stuck on that. But I wanted to just get your thoughts on that. And I'm the same. I don't think that will. I don't think it should affect that at all.
No, that's nonsense. Yeah, man, I'm with you. That's complete nonsense. It's like yeah. There's just nothing else to say. It's like there's tons of other top tier players who, like, whether their country can or can't produce the quality that it takes to do it, like, still, it's just not a fair comparison. Like, it's just not fair. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, man. Let's move on then. Let's talk about my favorite time of the year is transfer season. Not winter transfer season, but the summer transfer window. Window's not open, but the deals are getting done. Barcelona looks like for the first time in a few years they're going to start making some good business.
Yeah.
So, looks like the decision with Koen is set. They got him on like a 2-year deal. You know, he showed that he still has a lot to offer in his last game for Man City. I think it's a good go. I think it's a good signing. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. I think that he still does, especially the way that Barcelona play. I think that he has a couple years left in him. I do find it interesting that City's letting him go at such a time in his career. I mean, I know that he's 30 now? But I do think that he has a couple years left. Again, especially the way that they play is quite a bit different than how City plays, even though kind of the roots are the same. But with those wing players that City have, it's just such a higher pace than I think what Barca currently plays at. So I think it'll fit him well. And then there was another signing that Barcelona's getting too, right?
Yeah, it's all but official, but they're getting Eric Garcia, another Man City player, which I guess he stonewalled his way out of the club and just doesn't want to stay.
It's crazy,
bro. Like City's let some good players go, man. They're letting Sergio go. They're letting Eric Garcia go. They let Leroy Sané go. It's like, bro. And I mean, they won the league, but yeah, I won't criticize Pep. Maybe he's not making the decisions, but they're also getting from Liverpool. Liverpool's letting Jorginho Wijnaldum also join. You know, his countryman Ronald Koeman wants him to come play the midfield alongside Frankie de Jong. So, I mean, for me, all in all, like, I find it hard for these players to not succeed. I think this is like the first transfer in a while where I think Barcelona has like made a positive change. Like, it remains to see who leaves the club, but those 3 guys alone could change the whole complexion of their season next year.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's really good business, and it's not something that they've gone and splashed like 180 on one player. It's like pretty good signing. I think Aguero's a free, right? So they're just picking him up. Wijnaldum also.
Wijnaldum's a free. Wijnaldum's also a free. Yeah.
So really good. Have they said anything about Depay? Is he?
So I know that he's still a target. I don't know what his status is in terms of like, have they started, are negotiations open, or is this just like all like newspaper talk where it's like Depay wants to reunite with Ronald Koeman, but they can't afford him because they want 90 million euros. And
that's crazy.
They want to pay 10 million installments over 9 years or something crazy.
Do you think this is enough to keep Messi at Barcelona?
I do. I certainly
really? Okay.
I certainly do. Yeah. I feel like, I mean, it's kind of like what we said last year. I feel like you don't sign his best friend and him leave. I mean, I guess unless he went to PSG. But like, he's not going to City. Like, I think that's all but confirmed. Like, you're not, like, he's not going to City.
Yeah, probably not.
I will put everything I own on that. He won't go to City. If he does leave, it would be Paris.
Yeah,
but
I think so too.
I mean, that moves us to our other thing though. It's like the coach that probably could have persuaded him to go to Paris alongside playing with Neymar, but Pochettino allegedly doesn't want to be in Paris anymore.
It's crazy.
I keep seeing headlines that Pochettino is like, there's rumors that he wants to leave Paris. And get this, Brooks, he wants to leave Paris to go back to Tottenham Hotspurs or Real Madrid. Now, I mean, this is just me. I feel like this is how I feel. Like, for me, Paris is a top tier team, man. I love Paris. Tottenham is like a poverty, bottom of the barrel disgusting team. Like, who would want to coach that team? Like, you coach there, your son still plays there, but he doesn't play there. But come on, man, have some respect. If you went to Real Madrid, I would respect you more than I would if you went back to Spurs. And they canned you mid-season. They said you weren't good enough. They replaced you with Jose Mourinho, and now they got a kid coaching the team. Like, that's just like, don't, like, that's like going right back to a toxic relationship that you broke. Like, you broke up with your boy or your girl because they told you they wanted to be with someone cooler, and that cooler person cheated on him, and now they're like, can you come back? And you're gonna go back? You're gonna run back? Forget all that, man. Stay in Paris and win something. I mean, he didn't win anything. I know, like, people are upset because they didn't win anything, but give it a full season at least. Like, don't go back to Spurs, though. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think that he should go back to Spurs, especially because they fired him. Like,
They
you got
fired you.
Yeah, there's like I mean, this is maybe gonna fly over a ton of people's heads, but I just started watching Seinfeld for the first time. Anyway, there's this guy. Anyway, I'm not gonna bring there, but yeah, it's like I just can't understand you. Yeah, you're being fired by one of the like bottom of the barrel trash in all of football.
Dumpster fire club.
and you're at one of the best performing right now. Like, well, you just won one Coupe de France or whatever.
Yeah,
that's out with a half a season there, and that's fine, whatever. But I do think that if they're keeping you on another season, like, you got to stick with Paris again, because that's going to be your best chance at winning something real. And I don't know, why would you go back to that? Like, that doesn't make sense to me unless, I don't know, it doesn't make sense unless he wants to become like a club legend. He really loves London, or he really loves, that team, which I can't fathom. But I don't know. It's a big mistake that they even let him go in the first place, I think, after getting to the Champions League final.
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly. Spurs lost the best coach they could have possibly had.
Yeah.
And letting Punch go. And I mean, obviously they realized that, but it's like, for him, it's like, you can only do better. You can only move forward from being with like such a, that's a disgusting situation. Like,
if he went to Madrid, though, I'm with you. Like, okay, like, I don't want to see him leave PSG, but I feel like if he did go to Madrid, that's like, okay, like, I can respect that more than you going back to, that the people that treated you like trash.
For sure. And speaking of Madrid, they seem to be letting their club legend Sergio Ramos walk this summer. No clue where he's walking to. No clue. But he looks like he's being replaced. Wait, go.
No, I was just gonna say, the crazy thing is, I heard, and I just can't imagine this being true, but one of the rumors is that he's going to PSG. And I'm like, you let Thiago go for free, but you're trying to pick up Sergio Ramos, which is like, I think he's a little older. But I don't know. I mean, Nike let Ramos go. Madrid's gonna let Ramos go. The Spain national team obviously didn't choose him. I don't know, like, if there's something else there, but it's interesting. I say let him go.
Let him go, bro. And they're bringing in David Alaba. He signed. I think he signed yesterday.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I love David Alaba. He can play all over the park. Yeah, I think that's a huge thing. Like, I think Madrid, like, I feel like the top two clubs in the league are probably going to do much better business this season and, like, get themselves competitive again. But yeah, to what you said about Ramos, I'm like, I think he's still a good player, but like, I mean, I don't run a front office, but like, I think he was making like 400 million or 400,000 a week in like British
Crazy
terms.
money.
It's like, I'd put him on like a 2-year contract and give him 100K.
Yeah, it's crazy money.
Give him like 3 million. Like, dude, like you're injury prone now, and like, that's
always been red card prone.
Red card
loses
prone,
his head.
Real hot head, man.
Yeah, I mean, when he's on, totally. 3 years ago, I hated coming up against. I mean, I hated when Barcelona would come up against him, even though Messi still had his day against him every time. But he was always really tough, and he can get into the box and score too, which is crazy. He's got a good header on him too. But I think that right now, with his age, the money that he's making, like you said, and like all the red cards that he accumulates, that's not a bad decision to let him go. I don't think.
Yeah,
it is a bad decision for PSG to pick him up.
Yeah, Okay, well, let's see other transfers. You want to talk about Juve for a minute?
Yeah, let's do it.
They canned the coach. They let the man walk.
Yeah. We knew that was coming. We had been talking about that for a few weeks now. That just did not look. That did not look good.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. So let's be honest. Is it really Andrea Pirlo's fault? He should have never had the job. You know?
Yeah, he really shouldn't have. But I mean, what is it? Max Allegri coming back, right?
They're bringing the old manager back, man. This is like comeback season.
Really is.
Clubs seeing they made mistakes and they're trying to bring the old coach back, and these old coaches are crawling back saying, "Let me do it again."
Waiting for Arsene Wenger to walk back in that door.
Yeah, dude. Okay, speaking of that, I just thought of one other thing real quick, and we'll get back to Juve, but Inter Milan and Antonio Conte have went separate ways. So I'll say this: if Pochettino leaves PSG, if PSG could get Antonio Conte, you heard it here first. If they get Antonio Conte, they're winning a quadruple. That will include a Champions League.
Yeah, I think that would be a huge pickup for PSG. That might be their best signing of the year if they could pick him up if Poch leaves. But I just find it interesting that Inter's letting him leave, and they also were like, "Hey, we also need to cut our wage bill by like 70 million," which I don't know. I don't know how a team that won the league finally, obviously made it in a Champions League, is in that much financial trouble that they have to actually like directly after winning the league, they've got to get rid of like quite a few of their star players. I don't know what
basically.
kind of trouble they're in. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, from what I understood, and I could be wrong, so if someone wants to set us straight, but from what I understand, the company that owns the majority of stake of the club is Chinese. Mm-hmm. And basically the Chinese government has kind of like taken over that club. So they're like, we want you to focus more on like this Chinese business and not like your affiliation with Inter Milan. So it's more so like they want to free money up so they can spend it on the actual parent company. So like they're not in financial trouble per se. They just are it's like they're changing their strategy. So they want to take money from it sounds like a really bad situation where they just want to like stop investing money in the club and recoup money so they can buy other stuff in China or something like that.
Yeah, because they own like the best team in China or one of the top teams in China. So it sounds like a Stan Kroenke thing then.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like you're not in any like immediately financial danger. Okay. We just want to do something different, and we got like Lukaku, Martinez, Hakimi, Barella. Like, let's sell our 4 best players, make a ton of money, and cut the wage bill. Invest over here, and I mean, it could be great for a bunch of other clubs. Though I think PSG want to sign Hakimi, which they need a right back desperately anyway.
Man, they need a good right back that can actually keep up with the offense, and that can actually defend a little bit. Yeah, and can cross it in. So yeah, Hakimi would be amazing.
Yeah, so dude, it could be like I'll say this, like I was so stoked when Inter won, and now it looks like this will be the last thing they win for a while.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll take that with a grain of salt, but if they could like if Lukaku came back to Chelsea, and like Hakimi went to like PSG, or Lautaro Martinez went to like a club that we like, or even Barella could come to Chelsea. I love Barella at Chelsea. Like all that, if all that happened and like Conte went somewhere and coached that I supported, like it would kind of be like the best case scenario. Like you guys probably could have won Serie A again if everyone stayed and you got stronger, but knowing that they aren't going to back you and they're going to try to sell, like I feel like it's best for everybody that was integral in the win to just go align themselves with a different team, because like to be on a team that is telling you we are not going to try to compete is like, what's the point?
Yeah, I mean, especially after they put so much money in the last like 2 years, I guess. You know, they picked up basically half the Man United squad.
Yeah, for real though.
Put Conte in there, Hakimi. Yeah, Hakimi they bought last year, right? He's only been there a year.
Yeah, from Madrid.
Said no to Barca.
Or was it? Yeah.
Oh, he was at Dortmund.
It was
right?
Dortmund. It was Madrid. Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, it was like a confusing situation, but yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But then they said like no to Barca for the last 2 years about Lautaro. So I don't know. It's just weird that it just like so suddenly they're like, yeah, we're good now that we won. We're gonna take a step back.
Yep. Like, mission accomplished. Sell him,
Yeah.
let him go.
Right.
All right. Well, watch that. But back to Juventus. The other thing that I thought was interesting is like, so Atletico Madrid won their their title over in Spain, but they had loaned out or what's his name, Alvaro Morata to Juventus, and I guess Juventus are trying to make him permanent, which makes me question what is going to happen to Mr. CR7. Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? Morata's going to stay. I thought Morata would go back to Atletico Madrid and they would like find like a younger guy to try to pair up, or maybe believe in Kulicheski, or however you say it. You know what the redheaded kid, Kulicheski. Yeah. I can't say his name. Anyway, it's all confusing to me.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I don't know what Ronaldo's going to do. I see something new that seems every day in news. You know, it's like he's going to, I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do. He doesn't see, I don't think he's super happy, obviously, at Juventus not winning, you know, much, or getting into the Champions League barely by the skin of their teeth this year, but I kind of see him leaving. I think it's been a while. It was an odd move anyway to go to Juventus in the first place, but I kind of see him leaving. I just don't know where else he will go right now.
If it's not, dude, he has to do Sporting, man. If he leaves, he has to go back to Lisbon. He has to go to Sporting. If not, I'm with you. Like, where else does he go? Like,
where does he go? Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool to see him go back to United. I don't know. I don't really know that they need him. I mean, obviously they would take him. He'd be incredible, but you know, I don't know. I don't know where he goes. I think it'd be cool if he goes to Sporting too. I think it'd be Ella when they go back home. The nice thing about like these European players is that they can go home, so to speak, and they can still compete in Champions League. Like, I know Aguero wanted to go back to Independiente. Messi's always talked about going back to Newell's, but like, no offense to like the Argentine leagues, he's really not playing for much. I mean, Copa, it's cool, but it's not the champ. Yeah, but it's not Champions League.
Yeah, it's true. It's like just one game. Well, it used to be 2 legs, but now it's one, or was it 1 leg and now it's 2 legs, or whatever it is.
It's the final is one. The leading up to it is a little bit different than how they do it. But yeah, I mean the support is always there. Like, obviously the South American fans are huge, but it's still like it just doesn't carry as much weight as a European trophy does. But I don't know. What do you think? You still think is going to back to Portugal?
I mean, if I was him, I mean, I be honest, dude. I mean, depending on what, like, if old coach from Madrid or Juve came back, I don't know. I personally would go back to Lisbon.
Even if Allegri comes back to Juventus?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, dude. I mean, I feel like this would be the narrative, right? Okay, Inter Milan just won, so they'd be the defending champions,
right?
But they've effectively made a PSA saying we will not be defending our title.
Yeah.
Our brothers up from the other side of the San Siro, AC Milan, if you want it, you can have it. Juventus, if you want it, basically whoever wants it can have it. It's not going to be ours. So I'm like, you know, it's like that's already a narrative to say like, okay, like the guys that want it aren't competing. I don't know. I mean, you're not going to win the Champions League. You're probably not. I mean, who knows? You could. I doubt you are. Let's see. If they got like Gigi Donnarumma or whatever his name is, and they made like a couple other like strong signings, Paulo Dybala stayed, maybe I would stay. But like, if it was clear to me that like we're not going to be in real competition or contention to win the Champions League, why not go back to Sporting and like give back to the country? You know, get those ticket sales through the roof. You know, get some more shine on there, and I don't know. That's what I would do, but I guess we'll see. His girlfriend said he's staying.
Oh, really? I mean, so I don't think that they're gonna win the Champions League. I think that it's a cool place to live. I think it's beautiful in that area of Italy. Obviously, it's one of the best like compounds to be a footballer in. They have great do they call it utilities?
Yeah, you're talking about the facilities.
Facilities, there you go.
Yeah,
So there's not a better place to train. I don't know. I think isn't his son in the development league there and like the youth leagues there? So I think there's a lot to think about. He's good. He's so good. So I just think that, and he loves his son. I mean, he's like, I do think he loves his family, and I know that he wants to do his best for them too. So maybe that plays into it too, because I really don't think Juve's winning the Champions League anytime soon. But if he does want to kind of keep a lookout for his son, that's not a bad place to be, both family-wise and just for your son's sporting career too. So yeah, I don't know. If he stays, that would be cool, but I don't think they're winning Champions League if he stays. They're just kind of an older team too that, I don't know, maybe, I don't want to say they've been figured out, but I don't know. I don't think also that Szczesny is a bad goalkeeper. I think that he's pretty great. If they get Donnarumma, I don't know how much of a difference that would make, to be honest. Yeah.
That's actually true. Szczesny actually he isn't a bad goalkeeper. He's a great goalkeeper. Yeah. He's a captain too, isn't he?
Yeah, I would love if he came back to. Yeah, I would love if he came back to Arsenal. He's a big Tottenham hater, big Arsenal supporter. He says he still has property in London just in case they want to bring him back. So he's like, "Hey, I'm like you. I'm waiting. If you guys, I love Arsenal. I'll come. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I would love to give him that call back. But I don't know. I think that. Well, go ahead.
Oh, I have nothing, dude. I was just like a mutter, just a stuttering guy over here.
Yeah, I think that they'll start to win the league again this upcoming year, but I don't know that there's much outside of that happening.
Well, we'll be watching this space. Subscribe to notifications on the Cristiano Ronaldo Instagram.
Yeah,
I'm sure he'll let his future be known shortly after the Euros.
Do you think, real quick, that he had anything to do with Pirlo leaving?
If I'm being honest, I mean, I'm sure he had a lot to say. I don't think that it was necessary. Like, I think Pirlo was going to leave regardless, because it was like he did such a bad job that regardless if your star player said this guy sucks, get him out of here, I think like the sentiment was probably the same throughout the dressing room. Okay. Like from like the front office to like the kit room or the boot room, like everyone probably was like, great player, but like scraping, because like he won the Golden Boot, right? He got the most. Like, it's not like Ronaldo didn't do what he was brought there to do per se. Like, he got the most goals, which that's an individual award, but like you would think for me, if a guy ever gets the most goals, it's hard to justify why that team did not succeed. And I guess to a certain degree, they made top four, but I'm like, they probably could have did better. Like, they were this seems like a managerial, like, I don't even know what to call it, catastrophe, because like your players were all doing what they were supposed to do, and like you just didn't set them up for success. Yeah, like it's not like they could score goals, they could defend, but somehow you've managed to almost manage them out of Europe.
Yeah. You're right. They could have done better, but they nearly could have done worse. Like, to the last 30 or so minutes of the season, they could have not even been in Europe or not even in Champions League. But yeah.
It's like you got it, because it's like as a player, like, and I've never been a pro, obviously, but it's like it's like people say it about Zidane when he's coaching. Like, you got all these great players, you just put them on the field and they're gonna play. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not. But if it is, to have the wherewithal to know that your players have the mindset to go out there and play is an attribute to be celebrated in itself, versus a manager that doesn't know. And he's like, okay, I want you guys to do this, and you feeling like I got to listen to the manager, and you know good and well that this is not going to work, but you have to do it, because if you don't, you're going to get benched because you're not doing what the manager says. Yeah. I don't know. It seems like an interesting situation to be in. We don't know, but that's what I speculate, because I feel like nothing changed. Like, these are the players that won the title the year before.
And the year before.
And the year before.
Yeah.
And the year before. So it's like the common denominator is the coach.
Yeah. However, so Inter did get better. I think Inter did, a really good job at getting better.
Okay, well, let me say this. I'm not saying that they would have won the title. I'm just saying they shouldn't have been fighting for Champions League.
You're totally
That's
right.
all I'm saying. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, I feel like, Yeah, like you're right. Inter was on the incline, and I feel like Inter would have beat them and won regardless. But hey yo,
Yeah, that was a good season. It was a good season to watch. The last few weeks of it were really exciting. So I'm just happy that it was something fun to watch. Hopefully Roma can make it into the Champions League with Jose Mourinho this year. But
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, man. Well, that probably just about does it for this episode of the 12th Man Podcast. Yeah, man. So, you know, we'll be here next week, same time, same place. And yeah, thanks for watching.